Okay, so last week we talked about the nutrition, was it the basic needs and what the whole foods plant-based idea is. And so are you getting a better idea for what it is, Martha? The whole foods plant-based or like whole foods in general?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit? Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not too hard once you think about it because it's pretty much just anything that's just that people eat in any different cultures.
And she's getting better.
Yeah?
Stuff and even nano.
Okay, good.
It's not one certain things I'm not getting
Good.
them.
Yeah, because I mean, I even just go back to that. Like, just get back to whole foods. That's why the whole idea is more whole foods, and that's why it's a transition, or I tell you, substitute. Just using those main words. So I'll write them down. So I'll write them up here. So what did we do? So like substitute's a good one. Anywhere you go, I don't care. I don't care where I go. I can make my plate nutritional.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I know what foods I need. Say if there's a dish and it has chicken or fish, right? Now I can tell them, can you put beans instead? Because what I'm missing is proteins, right? So I'm either looking at nuts for proteins or meats, okay? Or if you want the texture, you're looking at, say, like potatoes, like thicker, or like you make the torta. Yeah. And what else? Yeah, the beans and mushrooms. Like portobello mushrooms.
Yeah.
Okay? But they even make like the black bean burgers and different things like that. But so substitute. What else did I tell you? I told you about shifting the plate, trying to make your dish or your meal, your snack more nutritional, right? So I should put shift plate. Let's see. Transition, because you're not doing anything cold turkey. You start doing things cold turkey, your body doesn't like it. Just like jumping into a pool, your body does not like it. It'll take time to adjust to. I'm trying to think of what are the words did I say, Alexa? Did you catch any of that? But yeah, just implement. So say if you even buy packaged goods, just make sure you check the ingredients. So again, another word, ingredients. Okay?
Okay.
So just, I'll just put low. Okay. And let's see. And then also whole foods plant-based. It's just made for us, so it requires less energy to process, and it doesn't require a lot. That way our body can just stay concentrate on our functions, using that energy for functions, using it to fix ourselves, detox. And let's see. Any questions about the vitamins and minerals? Or I touched that just a little bit, but
yeah.
well, no, that's fine, because we had, majority of the deficiencies are vitamin D, what else, B12, but I told you, once Gotti started changing, now she doesn't have to take the supplement and she's okay.
Yeah.
And then vitamin D you get from the sun, so knowledge of keeping clean. So the main thing was ingredients, keeping them low. Check your ingredients, that's the main thing. Check ingredients. No matter what it is, I don't care where I go. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Check your ingredients. Get back to more whole foods, even if it's packaged goods. Especially, you don't ever assume. So don't assume. Check your ingredients. It could say natural, and it'll have a bunch of additives and preservatives as well. And they'll fake you out because they put the pictures of the nutrition, like they say. Natural, and then it has berries on it, but then it'll have some different thing, added color or whatever,
So if I get like organic frozen vegetables, that's okay, right?
Check the ingredients as well. You never know, but they're usually just frozen. But I think I've seen some stuff with they just have preservatives and different things. MSG too. I don't know about the just single items like frozen vegetables or frozen fruits, but like if you start buying like frozen goods. Just check for the preservatives for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any questions so far? Like anything on your mind or?
No. Okay, let's say you don't eat any, like you don't eat any meat or anything.
Yes.
So your protein, you get your protein from beans and like lentils and
Yeah.
like garbanzos and like mushrooms, you said?
Mushrooms I do for texture.
Oh, okay, just for that. Okay.
Yeah. Babe, can you?
So like garbanzos and beans?
Or you know what? Never mind. Leave it open. Beans. Any. They call them. Whenever you see Whole Foods plant-based, they're gonna say legumes. And what they mean by that is they even mean peas. They mean green beans. You know what I mean? Like those type of beans as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but no, you're on the right thing. So I'll just put beans. Those are for proteins. Right, like rice and beans make a complete protein. What else? Nuts, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Seeds. Oh, oops. Seeds. The seeds are going to have a lot of different amino acids. Well, that's fine. And also, like the hemp is a complete protein, but the greens also have proteins. It's different amino acids because what happens is your body's going to take in proteins and it's going to break down the proteins because your body doesn't readily use them. It breaks them down to amino acids and then it'll synthesize. Your liver synthesizes proteins to meet your needs. And so I'll kind of talk about that later because like I'll go over some of the functions of the liver as well. But I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, so like I said, the really green leafy vegetables, they have a lot of amino acids and proteins as well. But see, when they say protein, they're saying complete protein. When they talk about meat in general, they're saying complete protein. But if you put rice and beans together, like grains, they work together, and then you get the protein. So, but see, that's the thing. Like a lot of people start bringing up the main things. They'll ask, you're not looking at calories. What do you do for protein? But see, that's the thing. Why do we say that? We say that because the market, or it's just advertising, and that's just what it is. But the thing is, why are you worried about protein and calories when you're not even looking to be healthy or thrive or like, you know what I mean, just function right?
Yeah, I think we're just thinking of losing weight. When we hear calories, that's what we're thinking.
Yeah.
See,
That's a good thing you said that because remember I told you last week they emphasize people that eat protein. They'll say, look at you burn more calories on when you eat more protein, you burn more calories. Well, they're saying you use more energy to break down protein, or when you have those meats, they're harder to break down. They said it. I didn't say that. And so, but if you get the plant-based proteins, they're more efficient. Even that's the thing. So they're readily or easily to form proteins or break down, metabolize. Okay. Yeah. What else was I going to tell you? And then plus you get look at all the other. If I get a piece of say fish and I get a lot of greens or nuts or like, it's just so many different vitamins and different things that we need that help us even detox and do things. Okay. So did you have more on that? So, the protein, yeah? Were you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, the fattier, because we talked about meats a little bit, but when you don't buy organic, and say you got a fatty animal, because they're feeding grains and different things. If you don't get organic and grass-fed, then they're not eating natural, so they're more fatty. That's why even, if you look at a cow, they're big and they're fat, whatever, because they're feeding them grain. See, I haven't researched it yet, but I want to say that we have obesity going on in America. Well, a majority of our food is wheat and grain, and so I don't know. You know what I mean? It's probably just harder on the body. But for cows, it's probably not natural for them to eat it all the time. But what I was going to say though, they also accumulate toxins in the fat. Yeah. That's how, because toxins are fat soluble. They break down in fat. So that's our body's mechanism to defend itself, actually. That's why also it can also be related to obesity in America, is because we got a lot of things going on with us. Yeah. It's a protective function. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, so if you get a grass-fed meat, it might not have as much fat and also not have all the chemicals and different things to come into your body.
Yeah.
Okay, so just be aware of that as well. So the leaner meats too. So chicken, fish, even if you're not going to get organic, they're probably better because they don't have as much fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is the grass fed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like fat's not necessarily the enemy as well. Like I got to research that though. But coconut oil has good fats in it. Fish has good fats. Avocado, they're really beneficial for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm probably going to do a study on actually like just implementing or more like fatty foods, high cholesterol foods, because I'm going to see if that even is anything to worry about really. I'm interested. Okay, so I'm going to go into the body, and what time is it, really?
6:24.
Okay. Yeah, the knowledge, let's see. Yeah, knowledge of the body, healing and rebuilding. Okay, so far, you got any questions about like the healing aspects of our body? We're able to rebuild and fight disease. Any questions? No? Okay, so.
I just want to get rid of my medicine.
Get rid of what?
My medication.
Yeah, okay, so watch. Okay, so let's see if we can look at that, okay? So in order to build it or rebuild, you need building blocks, right? So you need all these little building blocks to build a structure, okay? A building, okay? But so where do we get those? We get their basic minerals, okay? So that is from the ground, minerals, rocks. We don't eat rocks, but we need the ground and the bacteria to break down the minerals, and then the plant absorbs them, we get them. Or the animal eats the plant, we eat the animal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay? So, let's see. Need to... But, yeah, so if the body's environment is more acidic, our calcium from our bones, like I said, it buffers out the acidity to make it more alkaline, okay? And so I put on there, it can lead to osteoporosis because it's using the minerals from because if we don't have it, if we're not eating the essential minerals, like calcium, it's taken from our bones. That's just another thing. So not only the fact is if we're low on calcium, for restructure, because calcium is used for flexion, it's used for muscle movement. If we don't have it, then it's taking it.
What do you think about vitamins?
I still need to look into that. I would look into plant-based for sure.
I'm scared to take
Yeah.
vitamins. I don't take any vitamins.
I wouldn't take the high marketed ones. I wouldn't take cheaper one. I would kind of look into it. Look at reviews. Because I don't take them, so I don't recommend. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna recommend them just yet. But just try to implement. If you're not okay, this because I don't want people to go and get vitamins and not worry about, hey, I need to get my needs from food.
Yeah.
So the body's healing potential. The main things are. I'm gonna erase some of this, okay? We're looking at detoxifying. Fights diseases. And microorganisms, okay? So our body is able to kill bacteria and cancer cells, okay? It can't keep up with the cancer. If we're having inflammation throughout the whole body, and all these different things our body has to worry about, stressors, our body's not even functioning properly, then we can't keep up with the cancer. Plus, cancer's its sole purpose is just to grow. Grow and spread, grow and spread. That's all it does. But we do have functions to kill cancer cells, though. It repairs. And it repairs, rebuilds new tissue, okay? You break a bone, it rebuilds it. You get a cut, it scabs. Okay? Even, hey, if you have a bad memory, we even have it in us to get rid of them. With that, we don't store the good, you know what I mean? Like, it's our normal function to even get rid of that, too. So, we have that in us as well. So, I put a couple notes on here. Get balanced first, and then let your body start healing and regaining its strength. Take out all the different things like the junk food I was telling you. Eat cleaner. That way it can just focus on healing itself. And healing itself is also getting rid of fat. Once you start functioning, because think about it, a healthy body don't want it. It don't want it. It's there because it's storing it, right? And then it's also there, just like say if like the contaminants and the irritants, it's the toxins. It's a buffer, or it's they're lipophilic, so that it's covering it as well. So it's kind of keeping the fat to protect us as well. So intestinal functions, digest and absorb the nutrients. So I don't know if I told you before, but okay, so you eat the food, your stomach acid breaks it down, makes it liquid. Your intestines have these little finger-like objects here. They're called microvilli. Now, they're like this because it has more surface area to take in more nutrients, okay? Now, under here is blood. Okay, so once it absorbs the liquid, it gets it and puts it into the blood, okay? But the problem is that when we start eating a lot of grains, or let's say the gluten's hard for us to break down. It's a protein, but it's really hard for our stomach to break it down. And when it goes down into our intestines, it kind of doesn't know what to do with it. So when it touches it, it gets inflamed. So this will actually kind of bulge out. You know, like you get a cut, it inflames. So your wall isn't going to work as well. Your intestinal microvilli is not going to work as well. So what that means is, on a healthy intestinal lining, they have they're tight junctions, right? So I call it the gatekeeper because it's the first warning sign. It's to really let whoever can go through, go. But once that's dysfunctional or it's inflamed, then things start sliding by slightly. And when you start doing that, then your immune system goes, hey, you're not supposed to be here, so it's just kicking out immune responses. Okay? Now, keep that in mind, because when you have other things going on with you, guess what? Those aren't a top priority no more. Getting that out of your system is a top priority, because you're going to get sick or something. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if it's bacteria or what's leaking in, but your immune response is going to go up. Liver functions. Let's see. There's a bunch of them, but I think the top ones are regulates the supply of body fuel, so it's sugar, deals with sugar. It can turn into fat for storage of energy later. It makes the protein, so amino acids to protein. So protein synthesis. Regulates balance of hormones, so it makes hormones, or if you need more hormones, it's changing compositions of hormones, okay? And that could be estrogen. There's a bunch of them. Estrogen, testosterone, what else? Adrenaline. We talked about even like the cortisol, or like cortisol helps regulate blood sugar, or helps the insulin work. Let's see, what else? And it regulates body cholesterol as well. It produces 75% of the body cholesterol, okay? Remember I told you that the liver, it makes cholesterol, so that's why statins are kind of, I don't know, you kind of really think about that because it's kind of slowing down your normal body functions. You know what I mean? And so, let's see, the cholesterol helps make hormones, helps make cell membranes in every single cell in your body, and it helps make the central nervous system, so brain, spinal cord, okay, nerves. Okay, so I'm going to cover some other things. I'm going to erase this. Let's see. Okay, so now acidity and alkalinity, okay? Now, I drew I have a picture of the bathtub in there, okay, with water, okay? Because you need to get the idea of so whole foods plant-based is more alkaline, okay? And so alkaline I refer to as cool water, okay? Like you don't want your system on hot. So alkaline is, say, the greener the better, it's more alkaline. It's all the way on this side. And I want to say, well, I'll just say it's on here. Okay, I'll draw a line. Here's acidic. So whole foods plant-based, okay? Everything I've been trying to tell you, whole foods plant-based. And acidic is like, the worst is like processed goods or sugar. Okay? And what this means is that when these foods are broken down, they form alkaline properties. When this food is broken down, it forms acidic properties. Okay? When your body is acidic, your pancreas kicks out sodium bicarbonate, and it levels it out. Sodium bicarbonate is alkaline, and so it just levels out. Remember, I keep telling you about homeostasis, or like leveling baseline. You know, we're trying to get normal. Okay, our body just functions like that. Temperature, everything. Okay, and so. Let's see. So yeah, the greener vegetables are more alkaline. So say if you're sick or you're not functioning as well, then you need more alkaline food to level out this. If you're getting sick all the time, your body's probably more acidic. Give benefits to your body. Your body wants to be here. Your body wants to be here, or like this is the middle, it wants to be over here. Okay? Let's see. Acidic. Yeah, so that's why I say I put ice, lots of alkaline foods, and that includes, like I said, the greener the better. Like lemon is very alkaline. So if you eat bread, like a processed bread, it's probably like in this general area, okay? Now, if I get some greens, which are around this area, and I get some avocado, some tomatoes, then it evens out about here. Because it's more, you know what I mean? It's just weighing out on this more, like in the alkaline area. Okay? And so what that does, so your overall benefit from eating that meal is alkaline. And so what that'll help you do is just help you level up. Because if you're already sick and you're having deficiencies, then your body's already working overtime. You're going to let it relax. And plus, it's gonna it likes being alkaline. Like your body functions better like that.
So even if I eat sometimes bread, if I eat the other food, it's
yes.
gonna help me.
Yeah. Even like I said, go ahead.
I'm putting some some green stuff, some like the avocado, or
yes.
tomato, or lettuce, or spinach, whatever.
Yeah. Because what I'm going to start saying, because I just want people just to start somewhere. And I think just that, yeah, exactly. No, see, because it's so hard for people to think like, oh, I gotta start from scratch.
But like you're saying, I can see myself, like when I work, I can see myself eating a sandwich with just avocado and like no meat. Maybe, not even cheese. I don't really like cheese a lot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, I hear you. So, like in your case, so you said avocado. I would do tomato. I do onion. I don't know. Whatever you got left over. I put hot sauce for flavor. You know what I mean? That's a quick meal. And you can cut that up on your break, or like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, that's me though. I cut my food, like if I'm in a rush or whatever, boom, I cut it later. Let's see, and like even to up it, I would put cilantro. Any herbs, any green leafy vegetables, right here. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So you're just boosting yourself even that much more, is what I'm saying. And even like the breads, low ingredient bread, you get more whole food items in there, right? Then it ends up being more towards the alkaline. You know what I mean? You just do what you can for yourself.
Yeah.
So, what I was saying though, so instead of having people start from scratch, I'm going to start telling them, just add nutrition. You know what I mean?
Take
Exactly.
Just
Add
take out
more.
stuff.
Add more whole foods plant-based items. You know, that way you get the flavor because you actually start tasting food too. You know what I mean? Like you appreciate the value, or like people when they start making good meals, you appreciate it because you're like, wow, this is not only does it look good, and like I know it's good for me, but it tastes good. You know what I mean? Like so, you start looking at food differently. So I put tools to bring your body to balance and help it heal. Less contaminants and irritants in the body. So again, that's less worrying about cleaning and detoxifying, metabolizing. It's more on just fixing your body or rebuilding it. Okay. It might even make the waste product faster. So urine, sweat, stool. Okay. What else? And we talked about the stress thing too. So if you reduce stress as well, that gives your body a break as well. And also, like, look at all your products that you're using, because if you smell something real strong, it's probably synthetic, and your body has to deal with it. You're breathing it in. And so, but even like soaps, anything on the skin, you know what I mean? Just be as careful as you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the less burden you put on your body, then the less it has to work. You know what I mean? And then it'll give back to you. So let's see. Erase that. Erase this. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so here I put this trash bag on here. It's like waste, okay? So I'm gonna draw this on here. So it's just a bag tied up, and there's a bunch of trash in here, okay? Now pretend this thing is in a room, okay? And it smells. There's flies everywhere, right? There's flies. Smelling, okay? And I said, Martha, what's wrong with your house? Okay? You know something? I smelled something, right? I said, oh, I'm going to get rid of that soon. So what you do is, to get rid of the smell, what's going on in your house, you get a spray. A can of spray, okay? Oops. Okay? You kill the odor for a little bit, okay? But what happens? A day later, you left the bag, it's still going to come back, okay? Now I say, hey, what happened with that spray? Oh, it didn't work. Well, maybe it's the flies, so you spray again. Not the flies, okay? So what's the root problem? You got to take this junk out, okay? And if you leave it in longer, it just accumulates a scent, the flies. So what I'm trying to bring up is anything... No, well, check this out. So I'm talking about, this is relating to disease in general.
Yeah.
Okay? So say with, I want to say like diabetes, right? It's too much sugar in the blood. Okay? So high sugar, let's see. So too much sugar in the blood. So I'll just put sugar. Now, your symptoms are going to be what? Yeah, too much sugar in the blood. But it's what are some symptoms from diabetes? I want to say you need insulin. They're going to pump you with insulin. Okay, so they think they're going to give you insulin to let sugar into the blood cells. Okay. Now that's like the spray, because they're not telling. Well, they're going to tell you, hey, cut back the sugar, right? But there's something going on. Your liver is not, or your adrenaline glands are not pumping, or the insulin is not working on your cells to let the sugar in. Now, when you have cortisol pumped out from your adrenaline, because remember the adrenaline with stressors, when you stress, your cortisol goes up, okay? Cortisol. Okay? when that goes up, that is working on your blood cells and it leaves the sugar in the blood. Okay? Okay, so let me erase that. So when the sugar is in the blood and the cortisol's a hormone, right? It takes your body time to get back to normal from using these hormones or these steroids. And so what that means is when you're stressing all the time and you're using cortisol all the time, well, guess what? Your sugar is going to be staying in your blood longer because your cortisol is not, this is cortisol, okay? I'm going to put a C and it connects to here, okay? It tells your blood cells, hey, no more sugar, okay? No more. Leave it in the blood. Sugar. Okay? Well, if I do that all the time, I'm stressing, I have cortisol, and that means, hey, there's more sugar going to be in the blood, and it's hard to balance back and get back to normal. So, your body, your cells are just, they're resistant. Okay? They become used to this. Okay? Used to having the cortisol. And that goes as well as the, say, insulin, okay? So if the sugar's high in the blood, your normal body function, pancreas produces insulin, correct? So what happens is your sugar's high, okay? Because we're stressing all the time, whatever. Well, here comes your pancreas, okay? I'll just draw this pancreas, okay? Pancreas, okay? It's kicking out insulin to go here, connect, and let this sugar into the cell to use it as energy. Okay? So what happens is this just keeps going around in a circle. So your insulin is going to calm down your sugar, right? But it's doing it all the time because you're stressing all the time. Well, your cells become resistant to insulin because it doesn't work no more. Your cell, it's not going to work as well. It's not going to let your sugar in. So guess what? Your sugar keeps going up.
And then
your pancreas gets shot too because it's on overload. It's working more. But diabetes is insulin resistant syndrome. And I just explained that to you. Insulin resistance. It's getting so the hormones, remember I showed you that graph and I said it's hard to come back down, or like when you come down, it comes lower. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't just go to baseline. You're going to feel the effects, right? Your body is always trying to balance. So what happens is when you keep using this, right? Your body is tolerant to the insulin. It becomes so used to it, it becomes resistant to it. Like almost like I want to say, it's not going to let the sugar in anymore because it's so used to what is it? Yeah, no, I mean your sugar's going to be up just because it's so hard to go back to normal, okay? So, what was I going to say with the insulin though? I think, so the main thing though with blood sugar, I showed you that bag to get to the root cause, is that the problem is the sugar, okay? That's all it is. Especially the processed sugar, you have to, eliminate it as much as possible. That doesn't mean whole foods. It's real food. You need sugar. Like I said, it's in our DNA. It's part of food. But the processed sugar, the stress, if you reduce those, they even have done tests on people just fasting, and it helps people level back out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, so where else? So, like I said, if you reduce stress and just give it what it needs, the body what it needs, whole foods, more alkaline foods. You cut out contaminants, irritants, then it just gets to concentrate again on the main functions, what I told you earlier, detoxifying, fighting disease, and rebuilding. Okay? Let's see. You have any questions?
So there's someone that he's diabetic.
Okay.
Does that mean that he's like
That means
in
that
danger
this.
of being that stopping?
Wait, say again?
The pancreas is not going to work. Once it stops working,
It's-
it won't work again?
No, it'll heal. It's gonna rebuild. If you cut the majority, say half of your liver, if you cut half of your liver, it's gonna grow back. Your liver is it's able to do that, okay? So your body's rebuilding new tissues all the time. And so, but considering the age and things, I would say Han needs a definite, or whoever, if they're having diabetes, anything like that, then you need to start really emphasizing reduce the stress, reduce contaminants, do preventative measures, do exercise, not overexerting it, I'm just saying active.
Yeah.
What else? Alkaline food. Promote the body's health, you know what I mean? And when you start promoting the health or the alkaline foods, the whole food, it's plant-based, you start actually promoting the detoxing, the healing, the fighting disease. You know what I mean? It doesn't just happen. You're boosting your body to do that. Okay. So, what time is it? Okay. So, now I'm going to move on to planning meals. You have any questions, Alexa?
No.
No? You sure? I mean, how have you, your mom said you're doing good. How are you, what are you doing that's different? Well, I mean, what have you learned from me talking all the time? What do you think?
I need to stop eating so many hot Cheetos.
How about you try to find something to
I'm
substitute?
just gonna have mango con chile.
Okay, so that's, okay. Well, yeah, see? Okay.
There's a box of Pop-Tarts and cheese and eat them.
Yeah.
You used to eat the whole box.
See, that's good. Okay, so planning meals, okay? Planning meals. I'll say fighting cravings as well. So food on the go. What's going on, Eddie?
What makes the action? It's your brain.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so meals on the go are like snacks, because we're always on the go, we're always busy, right? So first of all, if you're gonna buy anything, any snacks, low ingredients, right off the bat. Check your ingredients. When I say low ingredients, what am I saying? Low ingredients. What do you think?
The food with the lowest ingredients.
Yeah.
Like 2, 3, maybe 3, 4.
So what do you?
Not 20.
Okay, so let me reword that. What are you cutting out? What are you?
Artificial stuff.
Artificial flavors, additives,
Uh,
preservatives. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. If it looks like something you can't understand, it's probably not good for you. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What are some good midnight snacks?
Midnight snacks.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have to, okay, if you have to, just like any other snacks, check the ingredients, okay? Try to get something close to it. That way you're not craving the thing that you did before. The worst thing that I would have you, okay, the worst thing, if you're saying I want to change, that means that the worst thing that I would have for you is what's going on for you right now. So don't go back to your old ways. You need to change, is what you're saying, okay? So what you want to do is just look for a healthier or say organic option. And now say, so what do you say? Give me a snack. And then I tell you what I do.
Pop-Tart.
Okay, a Pop-Tart. So I would probably, like I always say 12 mixes, that's my thing. But like, Gotti just made granola today, okay? But like you get like even a granola bar or something, but look at the ingredients again. Make sure there's no like fructose.
Are Nature Valley bars good?
You tell me. Okay, I'm gonna give you a homework assignment. You look, but
Okay.
if they're usually hiding the ingredients under the flap, and that's usually a bad sign because they don't want you to see all the junk that's in it. Okay, you can find a healthier one, is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm telling you, the ones that are making money and they're advertising better, they're not that good for you. Okay, but I'm trying to think of another for Pop-Tarts. I mean, you get like some vegan. You know, if you go vegan, like vegan muffins or vegan no, I'm just saying. I'm giving you options, girl. So, okay. And what else? Just low ingredient, I don't know, cookie or dark chocolate?
That's what it's from.
Dark chocolate, okay? Dark chocolate with almonds. Yeah.
I think they actually have some organic Pop-Tarts. I will buy you a box and you can try them.
Well, you gotta look at the ingredients. Yeah, you gotta do all that.
It's organic too.
Yeah, exactly. Trail mix is my thing, okay? Because trail mix, what are you getting from nuts and seeds again? Protein, right? So if this is my snack all day, whenever I'm hungry, I go to that, then I'm getting my protein sources, okay? And usually, if you're getting a craving, it's due to protein deficiency. Mineral deficiency or potassium. That's probably included in there, but potassium you get from avocado. Avocados are very high in it. Bananas. You get that in a lot of different whole foods, though. I only put these because they're the highest in there, okay? What else? There's something else. But a lot of different foods have the potassium. Leafy greens as well. Yeah, leafy greens. Have a lot. So again, I'm fulfilling protein, I'm fulfilling minerals. If you add some raisins have some potassium in there. Okay, you can add you can if it's too bland or not enough flavor, put a little bit of get a good granola, like low ingredient granola, or like make one like Gotti or something, and throw it in there, and then or like even some raisins just to give it some flavor. Throw it in there. Okay, but like in Han's case, if I was pre-diabetic and I had to watch my sugars, I would put raisins still, but not as much. I would emphasize more on the nuts and the seeds, okay? Okay, so I put juices, any smoothies you can take on the go in a cup, fruits and veggies. I mean, I take celery and carrots all the time to work or whatever. Fruits, oranges, whatever you can get your hands on. And I mean, these are so low cost, and I mean, because if you're having a craving or something, or like bread or something, carbohydrates, sugar, then again, it's probably due to this, the cravings, protein deficiency, okay? So kind of look at that. And with whole foods, you should be able to eat more until you're full, okay? If you implement, again, if you're pre-diabetic or something like that, then yeah, you want to eat less, but don't cut them out completely, like the potatoes. These are all they're good foods for us. The fruits and different, cut back on them, but then don't, like, say, okay, yeah, so say if I'm having a sandwich, and I'm going to have banana and different fruit, oranges and strawberries, whatever, but I'm diabetic, I'd probably be like, well, if I take back some of those fruit, then I'm gonna put a lot more veggies or something, to fill in that sandwich, or
Yeah,
because you don't want to eat less because you're still gonna be hungry.
yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Your body's not necessarily you're hungry. Your body needs nutrients. So that's why it's doing the cravings. Also, it's just nutrient. We're all nutrient deprived. What else? I put be open-minded of other cultures' foods. Try foods. If talk to different people and see what they eat. Indian lifestyle. They're is it vegetarian? Yeah, vegetarian. So they got some ideas. Some of their food is pretty pungent, but I mean, they got some good food. The Middle Eastern place we go to, they have some bomb food. That's they got the gyros, the falafel. Let's see. Priorities. I talked to you about the shift your plate. So implement more nutrition. So when I put the plate and I say shift your plate, I'm not saying take this away from your food, right? I'm not saying take it away from your plate. Get it full, but if you take something out, then put something good in. Yeah? Okay. Let's see. I put some priority goals for eating habits. So just again, we talked about a lot of them already, but I'll just say them again. So one, ingredients, okay? Number one priority, ingredients. Low number. More veggies. Or whole foods, I'll put whole foods. Well, I'll put veggies especially, okay? Veggies. I'll put a star. And whole foods. Because the vegetables, like the leafy greens, and they're going to have a lot different variety of minerals that we need. Let's see, overload. I put get full, okay? Yeah, get full off of this. Cut out sugar. I'm talking about additive sugar. If it says sugar, try to cut back on it. If it's in food, it's good. Maple syrup is good. Honey, agave, anything from nature is just it's made for us. Our body can handle it. Okay. Cut out animal products. Now I put that because if I'm going to keep going to this pre-diabetic thing or diabetic. If I'm diabetic, okay, first thing I would do is say, look it, I need to get my body back. I know what it can do. I'm going to give it a break. I'm going to not only cut back things that it spends energy on, it'll get sick. So if it lets it go into my body, I'm going to cut those things back so it doesn't have to spend that energy to fight it or waste it, detox it. So if I take that away, guess what? It has that energy to rebuild, heal again. But also, what was I going to say? I'll eat better foods, richer, denser nutrient foods, more alkaline foods that we were talking about, to boost my healing properties. I mean, just give my body what it needs and plus, okay, to function. Because like chlorophyll, green, right? Green, leafy greens are rich in chlorophyll. When you have chlorophyll, it helps us detoxify, get the toxins out of our fat, release them in the waste. And also the whole foods plant-based, it also has a lot more fiber, helps us get rid of waste as well. But cutting out animal products, that's where your body, it takes more energy to break down the animal products. So I'm saying take a break, cut it back at least. Or if you can do yourself a job, or cut them out completely for a little bit, you know what I mean? That way your body's not working more than it has to. Because your main thing is to get rid of that disease, or help your body fight disease. So cut out animal products twice. So I'll just underline it. So let's see. So I put on here the more time that goes by equals the more your cravings are going to kick in. Okay? So what I mean are your cravings or urges take over. So that means I want you always to have a meal in place. All right? That's why the training and the mindset is better than me providing you with a book of recipes. Okay? Or even snacks. If I said, go get these snacks. No, because if you go somewhere and you don't know all you know is, well, Abel gave me a book of recipes and he provided me with that food. Now I don't have the book and guess what? I don't have the recipe. I don't have the food.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Abel's thought of that already, and he's teaching you how to live, and you can go out anywhere and make a healthy meal for yourself.
Yeah.
So what I've done, or I'm trying to do, is that this doesn't increase for you. You're already thinking, okay? You're thinking, well, I can do this. I can do the best I can for myself with what's given, okay? Because if the whole family decides they want to go somewhere, I'm not going to say, hey, no, I can't. No, you go and you make the best of it.
Yeah.
Okay? So this doesn't happen then. Because if you control that, if you don't go hungry, this is going hungry as well, right? Mm-hmm. So we're never starving ourselves. Never starving ourselves. Okay? If you're hungry, eat. Eat nutritionally. Okay?
But just choose the best things to eat, not just whatever is out there.
Yes, you got to think. Okay, it's like this. We have to go back to just what we are. We're just a species. There used to be Native Americans here. They used to go out and over time, they probably ate food, seen what was bad on people's bodies, but they know, and they go and they say, no, that's not good. They go to the next one. But now what it's like, I compare that to the aisles. You go down all the boxes, well, there's about 2 or 3 items that I can probably go through everything, and yeah, hey, I picked 2 items, those are good. Guess what happens? When you go back, just like in the forest back in the days or whatever, guess what? You don't look at anything else. Those are your things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it gets easier. It does get a lot easier. Let's see. I put some recipe ideas on here. Let's see. Eating. Substitute. Okay, I already emphasized on that. Because I'm putting eating in public. I put some places to go. In town, where to go. Let's see. And I'll just say, it's a Greens Table. If you haven't gone there, go there. That's a great place. I used to get all my my smoothies from Jamba Juice, and I get Mimo's at the Middle Eastern place. So I'm looking for Middle Eastern or vegetarian food, and it's usually wholesome food too because they cook good with good ingredients too. Let's see. Mexican food, okay, beans and rice. I mean, if you cut out the white tortilla, you pretty much got good food. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, because look at all the seasoning, all the sauces. They're ridiculous. They're all just natural ingredients. Okay, so what else? You don't always have to go to a health food store because they are expensive. But if you can't find a certain item, go to a health food store.
But sometimes it's better
Mhm.
because you go to other stores, there's stuff is cheaper. You buy a lot, but a lot is wasted because they go
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if you go like Trader Joe's or another store, just get a couple of bags and
Yeah.
it won't go bad.
No, exactly.
Because you finish it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think you start learning, like we go pretty often. We go like once a week, and then once you learn how to store your food, so just learn what can store out of the fridge and what. We store our bread in the fridge just because it won't get moldy. Because if it's low ingredient, it's low preservative, then it's not gonna. It's probably gonna mold. But in our fridge, it never molds. Let's see. Priority goals for purchasing food. I'll put that real quick, and then I think I'll close up after that. Oh yeah, it's your time. Priority goals, purchasing. Any questions, Alexa?
No.
No? Oh wait, this ain't gonna work. This is if you, okay. Let's see. Organic. This is what I would do. These are what I think is like most important. I'm gonna go what? Non-GMO. Or no. Veggies, fruits. Whole foods. I'll just put WF. Okay. I'm gonna go non-GMO. And then, darn. Or did I put that on my last board? The priorities for purchasing food? Well, those are eating habits. Okay, so purchasing food, I'm gonna put ingredients at top. That has to be the number one thing because that's gonna get you to this, the whole foods. And then you want more veggies, fruits. Non-GMO, so non-genetically modified, so you want real food. You don't want that tampered with. Then you want to, say, cut out the sugars again. So I'll just put sugars. No, cross it out. Anything that ends with os. Again, no sugar. And then I'll say organic, okay? Whereas organic, when you start getting to organic, it gets more costly, okay? But yeah, I think that's it, okay? All right, anything, questions? No, good? Okay.